name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So I noticed something in my early 20s, right? I noticed something in my early 20s that power is not good for you, right? Power is not good for you. And yeah, if you are in somewhat of a powerful position, you should have people around you, an entourage around you that tells you that you're wrong, right? More of because you know you have the power to do pretty much anything you can do, if everything you want to do. If you are a powerful person, that's what I'm saying. Now, the reason I noticed this is I used to work in a rabbinical seminary thing. It was my first job after I left rabbinical seminary, and it just amazed me. The rabbi in charge there was in many ways absolutely brilliant. Like, these classes he gave were just stunningly clever. But he really liked people around him telling him he was great. Right? He really didn't like anybody saying no, and it just seemed crazy to me. So the problem with that is, you end up doing very stupid things, like you're Sean Penn and you go to South Korea and you go, this Kim Jong-un guy is fantastic. He's just warm and fuzzy. You end up doing something really stupid. Sadly, there's no immunity against this syndrome, as the wonderful Emilia Clarke, and we love Emilia Clarke. We do. I really do like Emilia Clarke. She seems to be such a nice person, a grounded person, normal, right? Normal. Sadly, she's written what sounds like one of the worst comic books of all time, and she's pretty confident. It's fantastic. So we're going to talk about what might be the problem with this. We're going to be talking about that. We're talking about a whole bunch of stuff. Before we get into it, can you hit the like button? That'll be freaking awesome. That'll be fantastic. That'll be fan-dabby. Double dozy. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. You don't often get the chance to make a rabbi happy. I am giving you that opportunity right now. You're welcome. You're welcome. No extra charge. Like, share, subscribe. If you subscribe, make sure you're still subscribed. YouTube do like to peel off subscribers every now and again. It is kind of one of their go-to things. I don't really understand it, but yeah, they do that. And comment. Let me know what you think. You want to be super nice. This is also a comic booky video. I better show you my comic books, right? I got Indiegogo going, which is basically I got these 2 graphic novels. Go check the video link below. We got this one, biblical, 220 pages long. I wrote and drew this. This is you can see the kind of comics I like. These are like the early-ish Vertigo things, pre-Vertigo, Sandman, Hellblazer, Swamp Thing, that kind of vibe. Very, very biblically accurate, but I think not preachy in any way at all. We got the Imperium. I wrote this, but didn't do the artwork on it. Art was by the wonderful Dominic Racho. A love letter to telefans of the 1960s. James Bond, Emma Peel, Doctor Who, a monkey in a spacesuit, and the Black Slab from 2001. All in one wonderful super group together. Like, you're basically trying to merge all these realities into one a reality bending narrative. So we're adding with this. The campaign's done well, so we're adding some pages in. So here are a couple of thumbnails on the pages we're adding, because I'm just excited, right? I'm excited. So we have one of our characters. Not a million miles away from Patrick Troughton's Doctor Who. He's in London. A shadow comes over and whoa, he looks up. He's one of the wonderful Thunderbirds. We're going to call it something different, obviously. Firebrands overhead. And then look at this picture. Look at this page. Oh, I love the double page red of the... we're going to have Thunderbird 1 flying a little bit more into camera, but this is going to be awesome. Cannot wait for you guys to see this page when it's out. I think I'm probably going to make a poster out of it. And it goes, we get tons of other stuff. You got this poster, Noble Savages, just a whole bunch of stuff. Go check out the link below. Fine, let's have a look at this story, this really sad story. So, this is what it kind of reminds me of. Firstly, I think this comic would have been no problem whatsoever in a healthy comic book industry. Right, a comic book industry of the 90s or the 2000s or 2010s even. This, an experimental, different comic book appealing to a different audience. That would be great, because the main comic book audience was being served, and there was enough interest in comics that you could do different things. And I do like different things. I genuinely, that's the kind of comics that I enjoy. In 2021, there's no comic book industry, right? And so these different things are like, that this comic is. It's from a different age. It's like it's so incongruous, to this world. And you know what it's really like. Now, I'm a rabbi. I'm a real genuine rabbi. Imagine most of you aren't Jewish or aren't rabbis, right? So imagine walking into an Orthodox synagogue, right, and telling them how you should do. So you put this over here and do it this way around, and you have no clue what you do. You have no idea, right? You have no idea why the seats are over there. But you tell them what you think, because what you just can, all you can think of it is what you think. This is essentially Emilia Clarke writing a comic book. She has no business writing a comic book, and it just shows in the comic book that she wrote. Now again, she's going to make money out of it. People buy it because it's Emilia Clarke. I think this is overall damaging for the entire industry, that this thing is normal, right? So let's read the story. And again, I love Emilia Clarke, right? Nothing against her. I really genuinely think she's a good person, right? Or not, maybe a good person. Game of Thrones and Terminator Genesis actress Emilia Clarke. Well, I think it's a bit of a diss putting in Terminator Genesis, quite frankly. Even though I thought she wasn't bad as Sarah Connor. She certainly looked the part. Decided to play the victim in order to sell her upcoming comic book, Mother of Madness, M-O-M. Okay, it sounds awful. The 3-issue series is co-written by Clarke and Margaret Bennett, with art by Layla Liz. It follows the story of Maya, and under the weather scientist by day, and over-the-top superhero by night, and badass single mum 24/7. Listen, if you're a single mum, how do you have time to do anything else other than be a single mum? Well, I've raised, I'm not going to tell you a number of children, and I would say I've raised them successfully. I don't even have a clue how anybody could raise, how anybody can be a single parent. It must be incredibly hard. I have nothing but respect and compassion for them. Like, I couldn't do it on my own. I don't understand how anybody can, but well done to everybody does. Honestly, well done. But really, anyway, an under the weather scientist. Like, you know what this sounds like? It sounds like a mum writing a comic, right? And again, mums in a healthy comic book industry, you want to write a mum comic? Fine. In a now extinct comic book industry, it seems a little bit tone deaf. Image Comics describes in the press release as Deadpool action collides with Fleabag comedy when Maya activates her freakish superpowers to take on the secret sect of human traffickers. Okay, so why are they secret? But okay, whatever. And again, I like Vertigo. I used to like Vertigo one day. This is something that I would be interested in if it was like, I don't know, 98, but not today. The series was initially announced back in April when Clarke spoke to Entertainment Weekly about it, where she explained the entire premise began with a joke. Yeah, and yes, you can see this. Okay, firstly, if she's a single mother, she would be up before the kid. Whatever. She stated, about 3 years ago, I was in a car with a bunch of friends, women, mothers, and was like, hey guys, wouldn't it be really funny if? And then I woke up the next day and I was like, that would be funny. That would be effing cool. Why not? Well, if what? We didn't get to the if, did we? I was about 3 years ago, I was in a car with a bunch of friends. I was like, hey guys, wouldn't it be funny if ... And then I woke up the next day and say, that would be funny. Wouldn't it be effing that would be funny. Wouldn't it be effing cool? I don't understand. Specifically, she describes the series as where... Have they told the premise anywhere? No, they haven't. Yeah, fine. Specifically describing the series, Clarke said, we're always calling mothers superheroes. We do that to make you feel good. Now, don't get me wrong. Yeah, if we're gonna say who is the greater gender, who is the greater sex, women, obviously. Obviously. Women look better, they smell better, and this is, I think, one of the fundamental differences between men and women. Men tend to need to focus on one thing at a time, right? They need to focus on and if they start multitasking, their work on everything goes down. Their quality goes down. Women are able to focus on many things simultaneously, right? It's almost as if that there's some kind of divine creator to the universe that has some kind of gender-specific roles ascribed to each person, and then develop the psyche to each gender to best fit those roles. It's almost as if that's the case, but that would just be crazy. So, by the way, I just want to be clear, that snide little bit of comedy there. I am in no way mean saying that anybody shouldn't feel free to follow whatever they want to do. If you want to be a mother, great. If you want to be a mother with a career, great. If you want to just have a career, great. Whatever you want to do is fine. It's fine, all right? It just it seems that parenting, like mothering, is specifically suited for people who were born female and remain female, right? While fathering tends to be better with the blokes, okay? And I understand that some people find that offensive. It still seems to be reality. She went on to say that Maya had a very hard life. Yeah, what's she got time to be a superhero? Well, I missed that line. We're always calling mothers superheroes. Yeah, because because we like to be nice to you, because that's what's nice. And women generally speaking have a much better multitasking ability, right? And nurturing side. And so, yeah, when you do stuff for other people, we go, oh, thank you, you're like a superhero. What if they legitimately were superheroes? Yeah, not so much. And then went on to say, Maya has had a very hard life, and she finds herself in a place where everything that makes her unique, she hates and is ashamed about. Again, I see it because we see a lot more of a female perspective in entertainment today than we ever have before. I understand that women often feel ashamed about, like, what was it? There was that really cringy CIA, I think it was CIA, recruiting video where this woman it talks about how intersectional she is, and she says, "I'm a woman, and I don't." Was it? So it sounded like I don't. My voice doesn't go up at the end of a sentence like I'm asking you a question. Yeah, no, I don't, but that's inside your head, right? You have to be able to. And I have this trouble. I do have this trouble of distinguishing what's going on in here and what's going on out here, right? I'm sorry that you feel ashamed, but like, and this is normal female thing. But again. The mothers really aren't the demographic for comic books, generally speaking. How do we know this? Because this is the comic book they freaking make. Look at this. Although the artwork's pretty good. Do you find that it's only in the discovery of her power she finds true acceptance of who she is? God, I hate this. This sounds like a comic book by and for chicks. Azra Powers Clark says there's many things she can do that are pretty cool. She's revealed that her powers are derived from a menstrual cycle. She can do a lot of stuff at certain moments in her month. And again, I could kind of see this in like in an X-Men type of book, but having this, No. That's all I can. No, that's where we are. She can do all these wicked things, but they all come from the fact she's a woman and has a menstrual cycle. Well, excuse me, did you just assume gender? I think we've been told very clearly that menstrual cycles are not just for women, haven't we? Okay, whatever. I guess the tea activists will find out about this and they'll cancel it pretty soon. I thought it'd be really cool if we have all the things that women don't like about themselves, flip that and make them make her superhuman. The Game of Thrones Game of Thrones stars explained. Yeah. But again, why not do it in a medium that women generally go to, which isn't these comic books? Again, it was when there was a healthy comic book industry, but there isn't anymore, right? So again, when back in the 90s, back in the 2000s, back in 2010, sometimes guys will go to comic book stores with their girlfriends, and their girlfriends will find something. This is what they would find, maybe, and even then they'll go, "Oh, this looks like crap." Clarke would then play the victim, detailing how she didn't feel safe in comic book shops when she was younger, and that she didn't see any women on the covers of comic books when she goes, yes, that's right. Equally, in most romantic comedies, you don't see zombie hordes or robots or spaceships. You know why? Because chicks don't like that kind of stuff, and boys do. That you make it for your audience. I was on. My brother was a comic shop nerd growing up, and I wasn't allowed in the shop. Yeah, listen. You can understand female spaces, right? And again, you're allowed in. They weren't allowed in the shop. Okay, I'm going to backtrack. Yeah, it was a bit of a dick move. You weren't allowed in, but he didn't want to bring his dweeby little sister in the comic book store with him. It made him look like a schmuck. That's why I wasn't allowed to go in with him, because I was a loser little guy. And I wonder what show. Did she use English? I guess it must be a Forbidden Planet. There are plenty of girls in there. What are you talking about? At the moment that I was allowed in, there weren't a lot of women on the cover. Yes, you're not the demographic. And there weren't a lot of women in the shops either. Yeah, no, listen. And since the 2000s, I would say Sandman. Sandman is the comic that brought women into comic book stores more than anything else. So I didn't feel safe to explore at that age. Yeah. Okay. Again. Most people, most normal young boys don't feel particularly comfortable in a Mills and Boone. Do they have those stores? I don't know. Whatever a girly store is. Non-NTGP that play the victim card in regards to comic shops, where when she was a child, but she also threw out that card when she began attending San Diego Comic Con for Game of Thrones. She claimed, "Cut to me at Comic Con, and I'm there, and I'm still not seeing a lot of women. I'm still who cares?" Again, there are things that men like, and there are things that women like. I don't see anybody saying, no, okay, your brother saying don't come in. That's not because you're a woman, because you were his sister, his dweeby little girl sister. Oh, maybe don't look at everything from your point of view all the time. Maybe try and look at things from other people's point of view. And I'm seeing... I'm still not seeing a lot of women there that aren't in Lycra reflected back at me. Yes. I think yes. You might have picked up on that. Yeah. Again, listen. If I go into a mosque, right? If I go into a mosque and I start my Jewy prayers, right? I'm not going to feel so welcomed or safe, right? Let's say I'm an Arsenal fan, which is just pure fantasy. I'm not going to feel so safe wearing my Arsenal, regalia, at Chelsea, right? No, yeah, you go with where you feel comfortable, which is people who are like you. Don't go, I'm going to be completely different, and you have to make not only accept me, but make me feel comfortable, even though I'm totally a fish out of water. She added, are there any women out there that are superpowered but aren't in a skin tight costume? Not that I can see. Well, there are, but Again, the major demographic for these comic books is, 8-year-old boys. 8-year-old boys who has that's basically when your sexuality starts to bloom. And you like looking at masculine-looking men with rippling muscles in spandex and feminine-looking women looking very feminine in spandex. Both those things excite you, right? So that led me to not that I can see. That led me to the wouldn't it be funny if conversation. Well, again, Jessica Jones maybe. That's probably go and read that. Go and read A-List, which I think is a really good comic. It was before Brian Michael Bendis got his own his head caught up his own ass. Clarke then makes the bizarre claim that female comic book characters are not shown as fallible, and that's the reason... What? Clarke then makes a bizarre claim that female comic book characters are not shown as fallible, and that's the reason she's decided to make a comic. She asserts, my biggest reason why I wanted to make this comic is because I wanted young girls to look at women that were fallible. Obviously, well, so why not do a comic for girls? I don't know. Obviously, you're seeing that a lot in the industry. You've got all these incredibly empowering filmo shows. And how they doing, darling? How they doing? Right? How Star Trek Discovery doing? I know they're making more of it. How many people are watching it? Not that many. Not that many. But I just felt I hadn't seen this in the genre. Well, maybe you're not involved in the genre that much. Clarke then stated, I think back to my younger self, and I think if I was allowed in that comic book store, it's your problem with your brother. It's not because you're a girl. Your brother didn't want his dweeby little sister hanging out with him while he's trying to hang out with his bloody friends. And then I got to see a version of that I felt I could relate to on some level. I would have absolutely been in. Okay. But so what? It's a very personal experience that everyone has with comics. These characters that people are passionate about. They're not going to be passionate about your character. They care deeply about and relate to. I wanted to throw a new character in the mix and see if people related to her in a way that was impactful to them. You know what? If you want to be genuine about it, here's what you do. Take your name off it, do it anonymously, and then see if you can get your direct published. Yeah, exactly. You're gonna be end up on Indiegogo. That's basically how it works out. Clarke would reiterate much of this in a new interview with Variety. She was going to be doubled down on her first comic book experience at 22. She stated, I read a lot of fantasy novels. Girls, generally speaking, are a bigger demographic in fantasy novels. Full of rich worlds as a child, like Lord of the Rings. And there was always the place my imagination would gravitate to. Later on, I went to the Comic Con for the first time at 22 with Game of Thrones. I was amazed by what I saw. Almost entirely men. Yes, that's true. Again. There will be places you go that will skew more masculine and feminine. Later, as ties turned in the industry and Me Too emerged, again, why is anybody like acting shocked that was the casting couch? They're like, people in Hollywood were disgusting creeps. Like, we've known about this here. The only difference is you agreed to this beforehand and you're not agreeing to it now. Oh, we probably are, actually. I began to look at the community through the eyes of, and it was arresting, she added. Grievance. And again, Emilia, I like you, just shut up, for God's sake. The actress then threw out a bunch of numbers about female representation in comics without citing the source. She said, in doing my research, I found that 60% of comic book creators are female, probably higher than that, according to the 2019 study, and only about 30% of comic book characters are women. Again, yes, they tried to change that. They changed that in Marvel and DC. How are they doing? How's it working out? Yeah, exactly. On the other hand, roughly half the comic book buyers are female. Yeah, no, that was a BS study. That was basically saying they asked people if they knew comic book characters. And yeah, they know Batman, they know Shazam, maybe Shazam, Iron Man. Yeah, they know the stuff from the movies. They don't read comics that much. There are women who read comics. They are a minority. And they like to read comics that are like comics, not like the Trek you're making. Something didn't sit right with me in the exchange, and all these signs were telling me to go and make my own. So again, take your name off it. Take your name off it and see if you sell any. Clarke, yeah, let's see how you would do. Clarke then provided some more details about Maya and her powers. God, this goes on forever. Maya, she states, she's a single mum that's got to get stuff done, and this was born from the idea that a single mother, we said you don't need superhuman strength to do that. You need to, when you get into your 30s and your friends start having kids, you're like, OMG, I was not aware what it took. Oh, yes, exactly, really, what a shock. As for bloating what? The bloating, the hair growth, the mood swings, the acne, all of it, we hate that when it happens. Speaking for myself, everyone I've ever met who has had a period, jeez, bloody Christ. Okay, here's the thing. Periods kind of turn men off, and if they don't, you don't want to be around that guy. Periods kind of turn men off. What if we turn that around? Okay, I can't do this anymore. When Maya's scared, she goes invisible. When she's angry, she has superhuman strength. She can swing like Spider-Man from her armpit hair. Really? Oh, God. It sounds so bad. It sounds like I might have to review this. It sounds like I might have to review this. There you go. Yeah, go ahead, buy it if you want. Don't if you don't. I don't know. It sounds awful. It sounds terrible. Again, this person shouldn't be making comics. Shouldn't be making comics, in my opinion. And I'm not gatekeeping, right? Again, in a healthy comic book industry, I'm like really happy for anybody to do anything. But there is no comic book industry. She's got a bunch of her own skewed worldviews that she's putting into comic book form. And she's doing it because she can afford to, because she's rich and famous. Not because she's talented, and not because this idea works, not because people like it, not because it's particularly successful. It's because she can. So that's going back to the beginning. If you're a powerful person, have people around you that will tell you no. They'll tell you you're a dickhead. They tell you your ideas are stupid. It will help you avoid being stupid. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.